Good morning, guys. Welcome back to the next episode. Today we are driving 2.5 hours east of Vic to go to Diamond Beach, but we'll take you along with us and hopefully show you some pretty epic views.
Welcome to Glacier Lagoon in Iceland. So behind me is one of the second largest glaciers in Europe. It's actually covers over 10% of Iceland. One of the interesting facts about all of this is all of these chunks are ice that have broken off from the glacier shelf that's over there. There's another little one over there. It's actually not so little, but all of these like ice chunks flow out into that little bay area there, out into the ocean. So they're like little miniature icebergs. On the other side of this little bridge over there, there's actually a beach, and it's also known as Diamond Beach. Diamond Beach is actually very interesting because all of the little ice crystals get polished as the waves go back and forth over the beach, and then they make them look like little shiny clear diamonds. We'll head over there in just a little bit to take a look. The other thing that I wanted to talk about is at Glacier Lagoon, there's actually some great food trucks at the top in the parking lot. Now there's plenty of space in the parking lot, but it does get pretty busy. But there's 3 food trucks here today, and they're absolutely wonderful. We had a bunch of crepes. They had like sweet and savory crepes. And they also have like a little seafood truck that does like lobster bisque and lobster rolls. What was the last one, Kayla?
Fish and chips.
Oh, and there was also a fish and chips one.
This beach is pretty cool, but pro tip, don't stay near the parking lot. You gotta go around the corner and keep walking a little bit to get some of the big ice chunks and less people. So it's really pretty. Okay, so I don't think I said that the ice that is washed up on the beach here comes from Glacier Lagoon, which is across the street, and it basically breaks off from the glaciers. They flow under the bridge into the outlet that then goes into the ocean. And then there's like a combining of currents right outside of the outlet, which kind of makes them turn, and then the waves push them on shore. So it's probably a mile or two worth of ice pieces on the beach, so it's definitely worth walking down the beach a bit. It's a lot less busy people-wise, and it's very pretty. The fog rolls in over it. Highly recommend. It's kind of a drive from Vic, but I think with the Glacier Lagoon and maybe some of the other attractions around here, it's definitely worth the drive. So check it out. All right, you ready to go back to the car?
Yep.
All right, let's go.
I don't know if we've actually mentioned this, but one of the reasons that the sand is black here is actually because of all the volcanic ash. It actually comes from the lava, like over thousands and maybe even millions of years. It's worn down from the lava rocks and turns into this like fine-grained sand. I don't know if you guys can kind of see that on my hand. It gets in just about everything, to be honest with you, but I feel like it's not as fine as like the sand that you're used to on the beaches. If you're like go to pretty much anywhere else in the world with the fine sands, it's a little bit more coarse than that.
Stopping off at one last glacier. It's part of the same glacier, just a different leg of it. So it's like a 9-minute walk off the parking lot, and we're gonna make it a quick stop.
These glaciers really are incredible in Iceland. I'll try to put some notes onto some of the glaciers that we visited, but if you come here, highly recommend visiting as many glaciers as possible. These are really like all part of the same ice cap, but like each little arm of it looks incredible, and they're all like unique in their own way. You can see all like the ash and like the contrast from the ash and like the blue and white glacier. I'm just amazed and impressed every time. And the landscape, look at this. It's incredible. It's so unique. I've never seen any place on earth like it. And that's the reason that both of us really love Iceland. And that's the reason that we even came back for a second time. Oh, almost ate it. Highly recommend physical fitness as well. If you're planning on coming to Iceland, be physically fit. Almost every hike is either uphill or downhill. There's really not much flat, unless you're probably going to the airplane thing, then that's flat.
The black beach, called insert name here. It's black basalt columns. Pretty.
I think that's going to be it for us today. We've had quite a long day, and I'll be honest, driving all the way out to... It's just a lot of driving today. I think we drove for almost 5 hours today, but driving all the way out to that like Glacier Lagoon and Black Diamond Beach, quite far, especially if you're staying in Vic. It's about 2.5 hours there and then 2.5 hours back. There's a few places to stop on the way, especially if you're interested in some of like the roadside stops. There's also some areas where you can kind of access some of the glaciers. We showed some of that today, which was absolutely wonderful. I think that's pretty much it for us today. I think tomorrow we've got a few interesting things planned a little bit closer to home. We're going to try to go to School Beans Coffee. It's one of like the few micro roasters here in Iceland. So we're going to try to check that out. But other than that, I think that's it for today. Thank you for watching our vlog. Thank you for making it this far. If you made it this far, please go ahead and give us a like on this video and go ahead and subscribe to us. We have more content like this coming. We also talk about other things like tech and tech for travel, and then like storage and stuff like that. Any technical thing related to content creation, I particularly like to talk about. So go ahead and subscribe if you're interested for travel or tech. All right, that's it. Thank you and have a good rest of your day.
It's pretty. I like glaciers. This is the first time I've seen them, so gotta get them all in. Like, what's that Pokemon saying? Gotta catch them all.
This is super cheesy. This is getting bad. I think we'll just go home right after this. Someone's losing their brain.
Maybe I just need food.
I'm hungry too.
Don't crash the drone.
Thanks. Appreciate the encouragement.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully this isn't too dark. I probably should have taken this off. Oh yeah, heck, that's way better. Look, you can even see Kayla in the back. Alright. My face is like way overexposed though.